Mike North here with Anthony Marnell III, the pride and joy of UNLV, and the man who created this wonderful, wonderful, I don't even know what you call it, property. They call it a property in Las Vegas, the M Resort. And I got to tell you, Anthony, first of all, congratulations on this wonderful, wonderful place.
Thank you, Mike. It's a special place.
It is a special place, and I noticed some certain things. You have not only rooms here, but you have a lot of great restaurants and stuff like that. But I noticed a place where you get gelato called Baby Cakes, and there's an interesting story. As I walked in there the first time, there are murals on each end of the establishment of a child on each end. Can you explain that one to me?
Yeah, Baby Cakes is what I call my daughter.
Okay.
So she's my Baby Cakes, and when we built the hotel, I wanted to create a homemade bakery, pastry, gelatos, and everything's made here fresh at the hotel. And I said, you know, and everything's miniature. When you walk in there, you know, there's lots of cakes, there's pieces of pie, there's cupcakes, and gelato. And I said, you know, I think the right name for this is Baby Cakes.
What are you proudest about of this wonderful establishment? For folks out here, when you get into the airport in Las Vegas, you usually, a lot of people take a right and go to the Strip. Yeah. You take a left and come to the M Resort. This is Henderson, Nevada, if I'm not mistaken, right?
You know, we are on Las Vegas Boulevard. We're the farthest south on Las Vegas Boulevard that you can actually have a gaming establishment. So hopefully, you know, over the next couple of decades, you'd see that fill in and grow. I think that's on hold for quite a while right now. But you know, thinking long term, I think that'll happen. Yeah,
they have a fabulous steakhouse. They have wonderful breakfast places. How many restaurants on the establishment?
Well, there's six main restaurants in the hotel, and then there's 2 or 3 other, what I call, you know, the deli. We don't classify those quite as an outlet or banquets or room service, but six main restaurants. I
know that your father, for people that don't know, Mr. Marnell, if I may, owned the Rio.
Yes.
And you decided to follow in his footsteps. Did you lean on your father? Did your father say, hey, you got to do a little, got to try to get out of this on your own, or did you guys work together?
When I went to him, I said, look, I had a software company that I had started 10 years ago. I actually just sold that company to IBM 60 days ago. I said, I want to get back in the gaming business, and I want to build a hotel. And he was great. He said, I'll support you any which way I can. I'll help you design it. I'll help you build it. But I don't want to own one piece of it, and I don't want to operate it. I did that. I don't want to do it again.
Was there any financial considerations that were asked for? I mean,
no, not really. Not really. I mean, we kept.
I'm sure he would have been there for you.
Yeah, he would have been there, but we kept the relationship. You know, he was the architect and the contractor.
Was it important you did this on your own?
It was, you know, but I wouldn't say I did it all on my own. You know,
right? Nobody does it on their own.
Yeah, MGM was a big partner here. You know, there was a lot of help and assistance from a lot of different people, both financially, as you know, as well as emotionally and guidance. But what we really got the chance to do, which I don't think has ever really been done in this town, is that the father and the son. I had worked with him and for him for many years. Then when I started my own companies, we were kind of colleagues, and then I actually got to hire him to come work for me. And it was a really good father-son experience for a guy who's designed and built so many wonderful buildings. What I did is I retreated back to what my core values were for operating a gaming business, and what I wanted to make this place known for, which was service, great food, great experiences, and that was what I focused on. As far as being snappy, yeah, I think there's times when you're on edge, but I've got a great wife and 3 beautiful kids, and I will say I had to focus when I went home on, you got to leave that at the door.
Besides building this property, what's the one thing you're proudest of, and what's the one thing you might say I'd like to change about the property?
Most proud is the team that's here and the service that they deliver. There was some really tough times publicly. You know, in the newspaper, there's always this uncertainty. You know, people talking about buildings closing and things that they were seeing.
And that hurts when you're trying to do anything with a property, doesn't it?
It hurts the morale of the team.
Sure.
You know, their lives are uncertain. They're not quite sure. And man, did they really gelled and rallied together behind this brand and what we were trying to create. The architecture is timeless. You know, it's not aging at all. It's just. It was this oasis in the middle of the desert, and I think it's going to remain that for a very long time.
One of the great pools, got a great spa, got 6 major restaurants. You have beautiful, beautiful rooms. We have a suite that's second to none, ladies and gentlemen. So I got to tell you, Anthony, it's been great to talk to you again. I met you a couple years ago. Being a fellow Italian, my wife's full Italian. I'm half Italian, half Irish. I want to drink, I just don't want to pay. I got to tell you how proud we are of you and what you've done. And I think you look in the mirror every day, you come to work now, and you run just a fabulous, fabulous property. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thanks, Anthony. Anytime. Appreciate it.